Hello everybody, how are you doing? I hope you are fine. Today we are going to do reading and listening. And if we are talking about reading and listening, it means we have to remember information, okay, through reading or listening. Okay, so for reading we have a text here, okay. So before reading this text or before listening to this text, you have to answer these two first questions, okay. So the first of all, you have just to take a look at these pictures. Okay, look at these pictures and answer these two questions. The first question says, what are the three men doing? Here we have three men here. What they are doing? Look at the picture. What are they doing? In the second picture, what does the man want to do with the cow? What does the man here want to do with the cow? Okay, so answer these pictures before reading. Then read and listen, of course, and check your answers. Okay, are they correct or you have to change them? Okay, so this is the text and I hope you listen and read it at the same time. Okay, so I give you the audio and try to read and listen in the same time.
Student's Book, page 89. 2. Read, listen, and check your answers.
A clever woman. Marlowe was the richest man in the village. One evening, 3 men knocked at his door. They were tired and wanted a bed for the night. "You can sleep in the stable," said Marlowe, "and my servant will bring you some soup." The strangers said thank you and went to the stable. In the middle of the night, one of the men got up quietly. He took a rope and tied it round a cow's neck. He led the cow into a forest and tied it to a tree. "I'll get the cow in the morning and sell her in the market," he thought. Next morning, the servant went to milk the cows. When he saw that one was missing, he went to tell Marlowe. Marlowe went to the stable. "Did you steal one of my cows?" he asked. "Of course not," the 3 men answered. "We were asleep all night." Marlowe told his wife about the cow. "I'm sure that one of the 3 men stole the cow." She said, "I have a plan." They went to the stable, and she said, "We have a very clever dog called Barney. He will show us who stole the cow. Go into the room where Barney is and stroke him. When the thief strokes Barney's fur, the dog will bark." The first man went into the room. The dog didn't make a sound. The second man went in. The dog didn't make a sound. Finally, the third man went in. The dog still didn't make a sound. "Did you all stroke the dog's fur?" asked the woman. "Yes," they said. Then Marlowe's wife asked to smell the hand that each man used to stroke the dog. She smelled them in turn. When she got to the third man, she said, "You are the thief. Our dog Barney is very smelly. Your friend's hands smell of Barney. Your hand doesn't. You didn't stroke Barney's fur because you were afraid that Barney would bark. Now, tell us where the cow is.
Yes, so that was the story, or yes, the story of the three men and the rich man in the village. Okay, I hope you enjoy it, and I hope you remember the whole story and you were able to read it while you were listening. Okay, so now let's do this exercise if you still remember. Okay, here we have sentences. Okay, are divided into two parts, the first halves and the second halves. We have to match the first half with the second half in order to make one sentence. And then, if you find all of them, okay, we will find the summary, okay, or we will make the summary of that story we read, okay? So try to read these sentences carefully, then match them. And also, okay, if you finish the first one, look here, we have to read the story again. Take your time and read it. Then, okay, circle the words to make the moral of the story. That's mean the moral of the story. It means what do we have or what we should learn from this story, or what this story is telling us to do, or what is the good thing we have to do and or the bad thing we don't have to do. Okay, that means the moral. Okay, so here, what are the words we can circle in order to choose a sentence that is telling the moral of the story? Okay, then let's move to do this exercise. Also, it's talking about the same story. Here we have to answer these questions, or to answer these or to find these sentences. Okay, we read them and find the word. For example, a place where a farmer keeps horses and cows. What we call this place? It was in the story. Yes, it's number one. Stable. Okay, stable. Okay, look at number two. A place where people sell things. Okay, especially from a farm. Okay, to take what is not yours. What that's mean to take something which is not yours. Okay, here we are talking about the verb. A man who works for a rich person and does what that person asks him to do. Okay, we have some rich persons. They have people that, or persons that are working for them in their houses, in their farms. What we call these persons. Okay, to turn your hand across a dog's fur. Okay, the fur, it means the hair of the dog, or the fur. It's not just the hair. Okay, it's all his skin. It's animal skin. Some animal skin has fur on them. Okay, so what we call this, okay, this verb or this action, when we run or when we touch, okay, dog's fur, what we call it. And the last one, the noise a dog makes, or what is the voice or the sound that dog makes. Okay, and if we find all these sentences, at the end we have to find the final word, number 7, which is the name of the thief who stole the cow. Okay, and then write it here. Okay, at the end we have here to write, okay, a story, an end of the story. The same story, try to find an end of this story. Here we have 3 pictures. Okay, look at these pictures to help you, of course, to write the end of the story. Imagine, okay, that the story ends like in these three pictures. Then try to write the end of the story. Okay, so that was our lesson for today. I hope you understand it and enjoy it too. So in our meeting, inshallah, we will meet and give more explanations and do more exercises and to correct them, of course. So see you then. Thanks and good luck.